You stood there for a while, just taking in what had happened. Doma gave you a hug? Why? Your face contorted into one of confusion, like you only knew each other for like 10 minutes. But no time to think about that, as a certain boy had noticed you. Oh, Yin, there you are, he said as he came up to you, dragging Zenitsu by the collar. You then noticed Nosuke following behind them, laughing. Monitsu, I didn't think you had it in you, Inosuke said as Zenitsu's face showed no emotion. Well, that's what he gets for hiding two beautiful ladies from me, he said as he pointed to Tanjiro. Guys, not in front of Yin, Tanjiro said, almost defeated, and that's when you noticed the bandages on his forehead. Nuh-uh. Monitsu, over here literally slapped a tray on your head. It broke, but Inosuke said as he wheezes. Yep, and that's my name is not Monitsu. It's Zenitsu. Are you that dumb? Zenitsu yelled in his ear, only causing the Bora person to laugh even harder. Well, you lost to Tanjiro, you fucking cooking. What? Never mind. Zenitsu yelled in Inosuke's ear, which made him go quiet. Inosuke, it's fine, you did well though, Tanjiro said as he walked closer to the two. You just stood there as the fight went on. Dang, you need popcorn for this. But then Inosuke grabbed Tanjiro's collar and shook him violently back and forth. If you think better than me just by cooking, I can snap you in two, Inosuke yelled. Calm down, I just wanted you guys to meet my new friend, Tanjiro said, a little bit hard to hear because of him getting shooken around. And who could that be? Zenitsu said. Hey, you said as he waved to the trio. Oh, it's you. Fight me. Oh, Jesus, they are like their anime counterparts. Hi and no, I got noodle arms, you said as you walked up to them. Well, you still got your legs, so fight me, Inosuke insisted. You sighed. Do I have to? Yes. No. Tanjiro and Nosuke said at the same time, Inosuke and Tanjiro giving each other a glare, but you intervened. Sure, why not? I'm not doing anything better to do, you said. Tanjiro and Nosuke's face fell into one of concern as Inosuke laughed in victory. Right here, right now, he said as he came closer to you, but all you could do was swing your foot hard onto his stomach once he was close enough. He doubled over in pain. You kicked him with a lot of force. Did I mention that you kicked really hard? No. Well, the more you know. Tanjiro and Zenitsu looked like they've seen a ghost. Well, just won a fight with Inosuke with only their foot, so you could have really blamed them. Then Zenitsu came up to you and grabbed your hands. How did you do that? Can you teach me? He said as you looked super giggy. Giggity? Yeah. All of a sudden, OMG, first Doma, now you. You guys don't know what personal space is. You met Doma? They all yelled, even Inosuke, who was on the ground. You sighed. This was going to take some time to explain. You guys were in the nurse's office. You already know why. What? You were sitting next to Inosuke as you both were getting scolded by the nurse. But all Inosuke did was sneer at you and nodded randomly. And the nurse finished up. She told you that you had to stay with him for a little bit as she went to go get some rubbing alcohol. So, sorry about that, huh? You had to play dumb because you never heard his name before. Dang, you were really taking this seriously. Inosuke, he said a bit loudly. Dang, he can be loud. Fight me again, he said as he sat up, his green eyes glistening as in astronomist. Oh, so this is the type, what, of Gayu situation? Huh? I don't know what to get detention for again. Though it is rational, I want to actually do some other things. You declined, and Inosuke had slumped defeated. Dang, it was that easy? I will defeat you in the future, huh, strong lady? He said as you laughed. He looked a bit taken aback by this. It would be yin. I don't want to be called strong lady for the rest of my life. You said as you handed out your hand for a handshake. That's handy. Ha ha, very funny. Inosuke looked at it, and then you. A giant grin came across his face as he excitedly grabbed it and shook it. So, we're friends now? You said as he shrugged. Then the nurse came back with the stuff she needed and excused the two of you. Are you all right? Did you get detention again? Tanjiro asked, concerned that you wouldn't be able to join him in fencing this evening. If you could, it was selfish, but it was for a good cause, he thought. Nope, you should be worried about Inosuke over there. He was the one who got hurt after all, you said, and didn't notice the blush that was on Inosuke's face as he said that. You actually cared? Hey, what about me? Zenitsu whined. He kind of reminded you of Doma a bit, which was either a good thing or a bad thing. You sighed and walked over to him, causing him to blush as you patted him on the head. Don't sweat it, broski. You're my friend too, and together we'll be a quadruple chaos, so that everyone turns into tomatoes. You said as Tanjiro smirked at your words, a bit jealous of Zenitsu, but he didn't do anything about it, even though he wanted to. But Inosuke had hunched over there and grabbed one of your hands. Hey, why does he get head pats and not me? You just stayed quiet as you patted both of their heads. You noticed Tanjiro looked like he wanted something too, so you took your hand off Zenitsu's head and patted Tanjiro. Hey, Zenitsu whined. You already got yours, now quit being selfish. He barked through. He was being a bit of a hypocrite himself. Who could blame them? You gave the best head pats. You were a bit off-putted by their behavior, but you brushed it off. It wasn't anything bad, right? The rest of the day went well, by as it wasn't really an eventful as the rest of the day you've had, but it was welcome though. You can't go crazy, go stupid all day now. But as you entered the last class of the day, for some reason, Muzan was there as well. Why is he here? I thought he was only taught first period. Well, oh well, you can't change it. You went to go sit down. As you did, another student had gone up from their seat and sat next to you. Oh, Yin-chan, I didn't know you had the same class together. Oh no, not this strawberry. Hey, Doma. You trailed off a bit. Aw, you're not excited to see me? He said as he frowned, giving you the worst puppy dog eyes ever. Okay, Doma, this is how it's going to go. You'll leave me alone this class and we'll hang out later. Got it? You said as he thought about it. Sure. That's a good idea, Yin-chan, he said with a closed-eyed smile. You sighed and started to pay attention and write down some notes for later. Holy shit, this felt so natural. You almost forgot that you randomly appeared here. But you shook the thought off and continued on writing. History was one of your favorite subjects. Sorry if it's not. But your pace was cut off by Doma tapping your shoulder. You whispered, giving him a side glare. Can I use your pencil? He asked, though you could clearly see his on his desk. But you didn't want to keep talking to him more than you'd like, so you boldly handed him a spare pencil. For some reason, he looked a bit disappointed, but he smiled nonetheless. Thank you, Yin-chan, he whispered as he turned back to his own notepad and started scribbling down something. But you couldn't give no Fs, so you continued on your work until you felt another tap on your shoulder. Like, what's his problem? You didn't get any good vibes from this dude, so you don't want to be around him. Hey, Yin-chan, here, he whispered as he handed over to you given something. It wasn't unnecessary as he could have just given you the piece of paper, just extending his hand. Thanks? You said as Doma giggled quietly. This dude was off-putting to you. You just blinked a couple times before unfolding the note. It was his number. You sighed out and put it in your pocket. But before you could continue your writing, Muzan had spoken up. All right, class. We have a group project today. Your partner will be chosen randomly, so don't expect to have and get any of your friends, he said as he suspiciously glared at a certain students. You did pant as you looked over to Doma, who was giving you a side glance. You literally throw yourself off a building if you got him. But do know there will be 3 in each group. Depends on if there's an extra even number of students. And that this group project is most of your grade this year. It's due in 1 month, he said as he pulled a box from inside his desk and placed it on the table. I'm gonna butcher these names, but I'm so sorry. Ruka, Joko, Jungno, Fea, Denizu, and Giyu, Manachu, Gona, and Hiton. Muzan said, You didn't know Zenitsu and Giyu were in this class? Well, your only chance is to get random person or die. And Doma and Yin. Now go find your partners and discuss what part of history you all will be doing. And do tell your partner is slacking, Muzan said as he put the box away. Of course you got this guy. You groaned as he grabbed your shoulder and shook you softly. Yay, we're partners, Yin-chan, he said excitedly, but he quickly noticed that you didn't want to be here. Why? Don't you like me? Is it Akaza Doma? He winced as he tries to look at your face. You guess you didn't have a choice anymore. You looked at him, causing him to get really... Why does this have gritty in it? All right, I'll deal with it. Now let's just get started, shall we? You said as Doma nodded. He seemed really, really happy. Too happy, in fact. It was the end of the day. After 10 minutes of talking to Doma about what to do on your guys' group project, you guys decided on when the Monotons tried to invade... Monogons tried to invade Japan, but failed twice by getting weakened by 2 tornadoes. So you could say that it was interesting how you 2 got there, but now it was time to go home or to the club. You didn't know how long it took for them to check the board. As you put your stuff in your locker, Tanjiro came up to you. Hey, Yin, how's your day been? He asked as he looked away. You sighed and leaned against your locker. Tanjiro got worried that you had a bad day, which was semi-true. Okay, so first all I get paired up with Doma, and to rub it in, Zenitsu was also there, but I got that guy, not to mention he's kind of a creep. You muttered out the last part, but Tanjiro heard you. He was concerned at first, but now was full on internally panicking. What if he tries something to you? Oh, you sigh and got off your locker, causing Tanjiro to snap out of his thoughts as you 2 began to walk down the hall. Hey Tanjiro, how long does it take them to check the board for the clubs? You asked as Tanjiro fumbled with his backpack straps. Well, you'll be in by tomorrow as they checked it every day, he said as you pouted. He felt bad, but he couldn't do anything about it. Oh, that sucks, but I can't wait. I can also sharpen my old sword while I wait, too, you said as the 2 of you left the building. That was certainly a weird day. A Taisho era secret, even if it's not the Taisho era period. Doma likes you since you two met. It just gets worse. You gave killer head pats. One thing you and Doma have suggested was how lobby could fix mental chaos craziness. Inosuke was really impressed by your strange strength in your legs. Zenitsu noticed you in class, and why he didn't help is because he was terrified Doma due to a past encounter.